In this Simply Social Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing Wright Patterson Mahjong at WPMJ2Gs.com. WPMahjong.com. Mahjong with 2 Gs. That's Wright Patterson Mahjong. If you're new to this version, this is the way to play that was created about the same time as the other American Mahjong version was created in 1936. This one was created by military dependents, and the purpose of these rules was to ensure that when families were stationed across the planet, that the military dependents would be playing with the same rule set. And that is where this came to be. Wright Patterson Mahjong. It is a cross between Asian versions and the American Mahjong or National Mahjong League version. Really, the only similarities are that there's one Charleston pass right across left, no optional at all, no second Charleston and no optional across. And then the other big difference is that there are hands, valid hands for a period of time in a reference divided by categories. That's where the similarities end between the two American Mahjong versions. Otherwise, the game is much more like the Asian styles of play, where flowers are not part of your hand. The flowers are bonus tiles. And there's a flower wall that you don't pick into. That's another big difference. No jokers. There's no jokers. And some of the hands do not follow the 4 blocks in a pair standard. There are some singles, hands with singles and singles and or pairs. So I would say about half of the hands in the green book follow the standard 4 blocks in a pair in Asian versions. Otherwise, the other half are a little different. Singles, just they don't follow that atypical, I guess is what you could say, atypical. All right, well, I noticed a little bit of a difference in the game today. The robots were discarding honors. So we're going to look at that today and see if that is if that is what we can expect going forward. Maybe it was an anomaly. I don't know. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But I was able to get to Heavenly Twins today. I didn't win, but I was ready to win. And then yesterday, I was able to win Angels, which was really exciting. So hopefully we'll be able to maybe demonstrate some hands of honors today. And I would like to practice the Chinese tea hands today as well, just because I tend not to look on the back of the book. And when I'm playing in one suit, I typically focus on pair hands and sequence hands, but there's a whole range of hands on page 27 called Chinese tea hands. And those are half flush hands, one suit and honors. So let's just see how this goes today. And I thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I'm going to share my screen. Here's Wright Patterson Mahjong. This is the welcome page or the landing page with high-level info. We're going to click play now, and we're going to log. This seems 110. Okay, we're going to log in, and then I am going to play at 8 seconds, I believe, if we ever get, here we go. Okay, so we're going to do this private Sky Clash where we can play with robots. So I'm going to change that to the move time to 8, and we'll create a game, and we'll get started. And there they are. There are the tiles. And we're going to play for 1 hour today. Until they release the game, the live streams are going to be 1 hour. just because there are still some challenges with the game. And I don't want to go on tilt. I tend to go on tilt if I play too long with problems. So we're going to play 1 hour today. And then hopefully the game will be released very soon and we'll be able to play the game as intended. So let's sort. And we have here 2 BAMs, 1 6, 2 cracks, 1 8, mostly dots, 2 through 9, pair, 2, and then we have dragons and a win. So I would focus on dots. And incidentally, I've been told that the robots, up until supposedly last week, they are passing only cracks and BAMs. And I was told that they will be passing dots, but I have not seen that yet. Here you can see that, okay, I don't know what happened there, but okay, so they passed all BAMs again. So that doesn't seem to be fixed. And typically I would not do this. I would not pass all 1 suit, but we're practicing. So I'm going to just pass at will. Okay, so now we're basically starting from our dealt hand because I don't think we didn't get any keepers at all because they're passing BAMs and cracks only. So if you want to press this, you could always play a BAM hand and end up in a really good position. If they're passing all BAMs, collect BAMs, even if you have mostly dots. And we could prove that maybe in the next deal. All right, so we're going to play some kind of hand, half flush hand. Let's look at the T hands real quick and see if we can maybe do a T hand, Chinese teas. Okay, so we have dots. Therefore, we're going to play either Jasmine, number 89 on page 27, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. And we have a 2, 4, or we have a 2, 6, 8. So we could actually, let's see, we have a north, we need a west. We need a pair of west. So 2, 4, 6, 8 in dots with a pung of white dragon, a pair of west wins. We could maybe try for Jasmine. And then the other one is basically the same hand, except instead of 2, 4, 6, 8, it's 3, 5, 7, 9, which we wouldn't do. We wouldn't do number 92 because we have a pair of twos. Oh, there's a 7 now though. Okay, so let's let the 7 BAM go. So I would think if we're going to do, let's see, if we're going to try a T hand, we would do number 89. But I would say that is unlikely. Instead, I would recommend playing probably Betty or Dazzle. Both of these hands are on page 17. Dazzle is 5 pairs in 1 suit with red one and green dragon and 1 dragon paired. We're much closer to that. 5 pairs in dots with the dragons. Okay, and this is a concealed hand. The other option would be Betty, number 10. 3 pairs in 1 suit, no terminals. So we would have to let the 9 dot go. And then you need 7 on honors, which means you have 1 of each wind and dragon. And then we need 1 honor paired. We're probably closest to Dazzle. 5 pairs in 1 suit with dragons. That's, oh, but now we just got that east. Okay, let's let the 9 dot go because we're very close to Betty now. We have 3 pair. What we need in here is a west and a south. Okay, now also the other thing that I've noticed just now is that the robots have not discarded. Oh, no, hold on. A dragon was discarded. So 1 honor is out right now, the dragon, green dragon. So one of the robots discarded a dragon. All right, so probably Dazzle, maybe Betty. If we get a west, I would play Betty. If we get let's see, if we get a number tile, I would play Dazzle. So we're just gonna take it pick by pick and see what we get. All right. So again, if you're just joining us, this is Wright Patterson Mahjong. Wright Patterson Mahjong is an American Mahjong version. Right now we're playing a concealed hand. Incidentally, half the hands are concealed. This happens to be a concealed hand. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Hopefully we'll draw well. We're in the second wall, or third wall. We're in the third wall. So we still have not gotten any dots. Let's see, how are the dots coming along there? 2 7 dots are out, which we have. 2 6, let's see, 1 6 dot is out, which we have. There's the second. 5 dot, I think there's 1 out. I see 1. 8 dot, not out yet. So we do have the potential to draw in to pairs here. Still no keepers. There goes the other 5 dot. So right now there's still, oh no, that's the third 5 dot. So that 5 dot will be a discard, which probably means we're gonna try for Betty. We just got a keeper here. Since 3 5 dots are out, that was the ideal discard. We need a west or a south and we'll be ready to win. Okay, now there, that robot just discarded a wind. So I'd say that is confirmed that the robots are discarding honors now, which is very good because before they were hoarding honors and it was very difficult to play a hand of honors. So maybe we'll get to try a hand of honors. Since they're discarding winds and dragons, we can give it a go. And that in the past has been very challenging, even more so than normal. Okay, so we're looking for a west or a south specifically. We already have our pair, the white dragon there. We have our 3 pairs of simples, 2 through 8, pairs 2 through 8 in one suit. So we need a west or a south. Oh, we got a white dragon. We're going to stick with it. Let's see, was there a multiple? Let me see here. I think that was the right choice. Okay, we're going to stick with this here. North. No. We need a west or a south. West or south would be ideal here. We'll discard the 8 win. There's an 8 dot, but we're not playing that. We're looking for a west or a south. Oh, there's a Kong of West, so our hand is done. And we only have 2 more picks. So we'll just discard safely. I'll bet they're playing Heavenly Hash. 4 punks and a pair of honors and terminals. Terminals are 1s and 9s. So we'll probably discard the 8 dot here. 1 more pick. We got the south. Oh, so we got ready to win. At least that's good if you end up counting score. So we were blocked by this player on the right who has a Kong of West. And you can see the players, we can't turn the table, but the players have a much more normal looking hand now. So we have a mixture of suits, pairs. Looks like this player to the left maybe was going to try for Susie Q, but they don't have green dragons. Susie Q is 3 pungs of number tiles in different suits, and then a pung of south with a pair of green dragons. And then across from us, it looks like they have all pairs. So it looks to me like these robots are playing all pung hands now. Pung hands. So like across from us, look at all those pairs. So that particular algorithm is going to impact any person at the table. If they're hoarding pairs, that is going to make it very challenging in a different way. Instead of just hoarding honors, they're now collecting multiples, which is not typical, especially multiples in mixed suits like that. So we have 4s with 1s and a dragon. That would not be typical. If a player was doing that, they would have let the simples go and collect terminals. So that's not normal. And then to the right, they have a pair of 5 cracks. If that had been a terminal, it would have been normal, because then they could play Heavenly Hash. Right now, there's nothing they can do with a 5 crack except play for score, which maybe that's what they're trying to do with the algorithm. Algorithm is have the robots play simply for score. That could be. I don't know. All right, well, let's play again and see what happens. You can play for score. It's your prerogative. However, you won't be able to win. You can only mahjong if it is a valid hand with a limit, single, double, triple. You have to win one of those hands in order to be a winner, in order to declare mahjong. Otherwise, you can go for 4 blocks and a pair, and if somebody else wins, at least you could score. That would be playing for score. Okay, so now we have mostly dots. So let's go for BAMs, and I'll show you how you can get ahead in the game. It's kind of an exploit, really, because we're going to get BAMs. There they are. So we're going to continue gathering BAMs. There they are. We did get some cracks. So let's see if we can get BAMs. And there they are. So now look at that hand of BAMs. We're going to let the dragon go. I was thinking we could maybe play Dragon Gates, but we have a pung of 4 BAMs. With a pung of 4 BAMs, I wouldn't do a gate. The Dragon Gates is 111 or 999 with a sequence of 2 through 8, 1 tile paired with the corresponding dragon, which would have been the green dragon. So we're going to probably play Pung Chow, especially if we continue to draw BAMs. Pung Chow is one of my favorite hands. Page 18, number 16, 4 blocks in a pair, chows or pungs. And you have to draw your winning tile. So that's probably what I would play here, Pung Chow. Right now we have a pair of 1s with a 1, 2, 3 chow. We have a pung of 4s and then isolated 5 BAM, 9 BAM. But what we could do is split that 4 BAM pung into a potential chow with 4, 5. Now here we have news. Let's let the 9 BAM go, because we could potentially play Razzle. Razzle is 5 pairs in 1 suit with news. We would have to let the 1 BAM and the 4 BAM go. So that's 2 discards. And then we would just have to pair up the rest of the tiles. Since we have a pung of 1s, I would not keep that white dragon. So I'm thinking if we draw into a pair of BAMs, I would probably discard the 1 BAM or the 4 BAM and play Razzle. If we draw a different BAM, like a 6, 7, 8 BAM, I would probably, I'd be tempted to switch to Heavenly, or to, we're going to pass. I would be tempted to switch to Pung Chow. We have 4 wins in here, so those would all be discards at that point. So if we played Razzle, we only have 2 discards. That's another way to look at it. And there's a wind. I don't think you need a wind for news. You don't. You don't need an extra win. No pair. 5 pairs in 1 suit with news. No pair. No pair of wins. So we really didn't We didn't need that wind. Okay, so now back to razzle. We still have potential for razzle. We do still have potential for pung chow. And we keep getting dots and cracks. If you're a member, say hi in chat. I'd like to say hi to you. If you can, say hi in chat. Oh, White Dragon again. Welcome. We're playing Wright-Patterson Mahjong today, just for about an hour. Thank you for joining the live stream. We're playing razzle probably here. Okay, we got another 9 bam. There's 2 out though. So we're hopefully going to draw more bams. We need something. Let's see, how are we doing on our potential to pair? Okay, there's a pair. So let's let the 4 bam go. And then we'll let the 1 bam go. So right now we have 1, 2, 3 pair. If we get 1 more pair, we'll be ready to win. And we can call the winning tile on this hand. Really, I think there are only 2 hands that require a self-pick win. And that's pung chow, king, and hijacks. I think there might be, okay, 3 bam. That's one of the tiles we need. Okay, so let's see. I think it's just hijacks and pung chow are the 2 that require a self-pick win. So I think only 2 are like that. I'm just double checking real quick here. I think that is correct. Yeah. Hijacks. Oh, 2 bam. We really don't need this 1 regardless. You can use a Kong as 2 pair when you're playing a pair hand.
6 characters.
Let's see here. That, I believe that rule is on one of the instruction pages. I'm looking for it now. Let's see here. Thought I saw that in here somewhere. Yeah, here it is, number 30. In pair hands, a Kong may be used as 2 pair. But I think what they're referring to, they don't spell this out. Okay, you know what? Since we need to keep that 8 instead of the 2, because we have 3 and there's only 1 left versus 8. There are 3 left. No 8 bams are out yet. Okay. So our potential to get that 8 bam is higher than getting the 2.
3 bam.
You want to optimize your potential to pair up.
7 bam.
So we have a 5 bam and an 8 bam. One of those will go. Hopefully we'll draw one. That's where the luck comes in. But anyway, I'm thinking that that rule of pair hands, a Kong can be used as 2 pair. I think that only applies when it's all pair hand, like doublets, which is 7 pairs in 1 suit, or heavenly twins, 7 pairs of honors and terminals. Or let's see, the other one is honorable twins, 7 pairs of winds and dragons. I think those 3 hands you're allowed to use Kongs as 2 pair. Kongs may be used. Kongs may be used. Okay. So I think when you have singles mixed in, you cannot use a Kong. So like, for example, doublets, snowflake, valentine, and shamrock, those are all fully pair hands. Those are the ones I think where you can use Kongs. However, with the dragons, though, I don't. Oh, look it, we got the 2. Oh my gosh, shoot, we would have gotten that. But I don't think that would be mahjong. I think it's only when you're playing like doublets, heavenly twins, or honorable twins. And one of the, that's our tile. One of the I'm going to ask about that because I'm a bit rusty. So let me ask on the Wright Patterson group. Okay, so nobody won. So look again at these robots. They have all pairs and pungs. So they're going for all pung hands. And that would be mishmash. 4 blocks and a pair of anything. That's mishmash. That's what they're playing. Mishmash. Let's see. Oh, yes. I was going to go to the Wright Patterson Mahjong group and ask if the Kongs allowed as 2 pair only apply to doublets, heavenly twins, or honorable twins. So let me do that really quick, see if we can get an answer for that. And let's see here. Where's the Wright Pat group? I might have to search for it here. There it is. Well, here it is. I found it. Let me see. Kongs. Let me just search. Kongs used as pairs. Let's see if someone's already asked that. Kong held in hand. Kong held in hand. Chinese teas. Okay, I don't readily see it. So we're going to go back. And I'll post, I'll just leave that up and ask later so we can get to another game. All right, so here we go, new game. And we have either cracks or bams. But you know what? When I have a spread like this, widespread, no multiples, we have terminals and honors. I try for a hand of honors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 terminals and 4 honors. So I would try for a hand of honors. That's basically 8 tiles towards a hand of honors. So we're going to try for a hand of honors. We got a terminal. So terminals are included in hands of honors. So we're going to see, maybe we could play angels. Okay, we didn't get any keepers here. All right, angels, hand of honors, double limit hand. We got another terminal, 2 terminals. I'm thinking we could maybe play wins in terms or dragons in terms. All right, so here's what we have with a pung of 1s in here. We could play, let's see, dragons in terms, 5 pairs of dragons and terminals with news. 7. And then wins in terms is 5 pairs of wins and terminals with each dragon 1 paired. So there's potential there, but we also have potential for terminus. Number 75 on page 25, that's where I'm reading from. Terminus is 3 pounds of terminals with news and 1 win paired. If we pair up another on terminal, I would probably look at playing terminus. The other thing we could do is try for, let's see here, grand terminals. That would be awesome, but we need way more. 4 pungs and a pair of terminals. That's really hard to do. If we draw 1 bam, maybe we could switch to heavenly twins. That would be number 81 on page 26. So we're just going to gather honors and terminals and see what happens here. So we're playing a hand of honors. I probably wouldn't play angels. We have too many multiples in here. You know, we have a pung of 1s and a pair of 1s. So I wouldn't play angels. Angels is 1 and 9 of each suit, 1 of each wind and dragon, and then any tile paired. So we have an extra pair. And because of that, I would rather leverage the pair or the pung and the pair and play something with multiples. Okay, so now here's a 9 crack. I'm thinking we're probably closer to Heavenly Twins at the moment. Basically, okay, now, since we don't have another multiple of a terminal, I would let that go. We could pung that and play terminus, but we don't have a north or a south. I would have at least one of those in my hand before I commit to pung. Okay, now there's another terminal pair. So at this point, we could try for Heavenly Twins, or we could try for terminus, but again, I would not commit to terminus, 3 pungs of terminals with news until we have a north or a west first. Because those are singles, you cannot call for that block. You have to draw. You have to draw it. So you have lots of ones here. Now, I know that there's a triple limit hand, ping pong. Let's look at that after this next pick. Oh, you crack. Okay, ping pong is a triple limit hand. These are triple limits are the hardest ones. Page 26, number 86. 2 pungs of terminals in one suit, 2 pungs in a second suit, and a pair in a third. It's basically grand terminals on. Okay, now I would let that dragon go. Look at we're heading towards. We're actually heading towards grand terminals, triple limit hand. I don't know, grand terminals or ping pong. 4 pungs and a pair of terminals. With 2 pair here, if these go down, I probably would go ahead and pung and try for grand terminals. Unless, yeah, we could pung these. There's only one crack out. Let's see if we can pung these terminals and maybe play grand terminals or terminus. Let's pung. Okay, now that's a pung hand. Grand terminals or ping pong is what we're looking at in pages 25 and 26. Bottom of the page. Let's see if we can get a west or north. West or north, and I'd play terminus, number 75. If we pair up a terminal, I'd let the winds go and play grand terminals. Okay, so what do we have there? A south is out, a west is out. We need a north and a west. So that is the, let's see, second west out. We need north and west. Oh, 5, bam. Okay, let's see, 2 pungs of terminals in one suit, 2 pungs in a second suit. We're really not, we're pretty far away from ping pong because we don't have our nines paired up. Okay. I'm thinking terminus or grand terminals, numbers 75 and 76 on page 25. And it's going to be dependent on if we can get a north or a west, or if we draw another terminal. There's 1 9 dot out. And we keep drawing simples. Okay. It's nice that we are able to leverage that pung of ones, though. All right, we have 3 more picks and two discards, maybe even 3. So unless we pick a terminal here or one of these wins we need, we won't be able to win. We need a keeper from this pick. We did get it, and it's a terminal. So I would let the wind go. So we're playing grand terminals, and we still need another pair in here. We could always be ready to win on a pair, though. at the moment we have 2 discards and we get 1 more pick. So we're not going to be able to win. This is our last pick. We got really close though to grand terminals, which is a double limit hand. No, that's a single in our hand. All right, let's Kong. Okay, 8 dot can go. If this last discard is a 1 crack, we could pung, and then no, there's no way to even get ready to win. Okay, so we got close. Let's play again. Sometimes the game gets stuck here. I'm clicking start, but nothing's happening. It's not happening. So we need to exit. Wait a minute. Let's see. I wonder. Create game. All right. What is this up here? Join user 2. What does this mean? Does this mean we would play with people? No, we're playing with robots. Okay. All right. So look at this spread. We have 1 of each suit, or 4 of each suit. This is not good. But we have a lot of evens. We could maybe try for little 2, 4, 6, 8. And I would probably do that. We could also maybe do little chow or middle chows. 4, 5, 6 with a pair of 3s. Oh, yeah. I want to keep wins though. We have an extra 6 in here. 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 9, 4, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, or 4. Okay, let's let the 8 go. All right, so I'm thinking middle chows, and we got a 3 and we got a 6. So let's see if we can do middle chows. And we have an extra 6 in here. Well, let's let okay, come on, get down there. We're gonna let the 1 go. Okay, come on now, here we go. All right, middle chows. It's a mixed suit hand. We don't need any of these. We need 4, 5, 6 with a pair of 3s. 4, 5, 6, we got 3, 5. Look at that. We've got a really nice chance at a middle chow hand. Okay, that was weird. Okay, here we go. So page 24 is where we are. Middle chows, number 63. 4, 5, 6 in each suit. 1 chow mixed. So 4, 5, 6 each in a different suit, and then a pair of 3s. So we have an extra 4 or 6 in here, one or the other. So we have 4, 5, 6. We have an extra 5 bam. Oh, you know what? We have no dots. Did we ever have any dots? We need 4, 5, 6 and dots. We might have to switch back to cracks. Did we let anything go? 9 dot. How did I not see that we don't have any dots in 4, 5, 6? We have to have 4, 5, 6. I think I was looking at maybe a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand, but we have no 2s. The wins are in here because there is a hand called Sukiyaki, number 64. 4, 5, 6 in each suit with news and 1 win paired. So let's see if we can get a 4, 5, 6 in dots. There's already a 6 dot out. A 6 dot is out, so that's a bit of a challenge there. 1 crack. 3. Let's let the 3 bam go. I'm thinking we should switch to razzle. 5 pairs in 1 suit with news, because we have no dots, and there's a 4 dot out and a 5 dot. 4, 5, 6 is out. There's a 2. So let's give up on middle chows. It was nice while it lasted, but now we're collecting a lot of cracks here. We have 2 pair, so I would probably think about playing razzle. I think that's number 5. No, 6. Number 6 on page 17. Number 6 on page 17, and we're making a good comeback here. There's 3, 4, 6 paired up. We have 3 pair. So we're going to need a north or a west again. We need a north or a west again. So we need to pair up. We have a 1, 2 crack and an 8 crack single. There's a 1 and 2 8s out. Okay, there's a keeper, 7 crack. The 8 crack, that probably will be the first crack to go because there are 2 out. You always want to watch the discards, and because that is where you're going to get help with your discard planning. Since there are 2 8 cracks out, that would be the ideal discard at the moment. If we continue to draw cracks and we just cannot seem to get a northwest, I would switch to pung chow or doublets. We need a 5 crack in here to join 3 through 8. Really, 5 crack would be an ideal pick for pung chow because that would join the 2 sides of little and big numbers. So we have a gap at the moment. And a 9 crack Kong just went out. That won't hurt us though. There's north. All right, we're back to razzle now. So probably the 8 crack will go unless we draw it. We're playing razzle, 5 pairs and 1 suit with news. No pair of wins. It's just 5 pairs and 1 suit with news. It's a pretty easy hand. We got the 5. Let's throw the 8. Okay, we are now 1 away from ready. No, we're not. We only have 3 pair in here. We have 3 pair. Oh, let's see. 3, we need 1 good pick and then we need 2 good picks. Okay, there's a 6. All right, I would let the wins go because now we have a pung of 6s. I would play pung chow. So we have a 1, 2, 3 chow on the left. Here's 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 chow, 4, 6 potential chow, pair of 6s, pung of 6s, 6, 7 potential chow. We did let the 8 crack go, so we need to work from 1 to 7. We could still maybe try for doublets, which is 7 pair and 1 suit. And if we draw that 6 crack, that could be 2 pair for us. So we're looking for cracks, number tiles, and it will be 1 through 7. Okay, so let's see what we have left to work with. There's a 1 crack out and a 1 crack, 2 crack, 3 crack. 2 5 cracks are out. So, all right, so that's 3. So at the moment, I'm thinking pung chow is probably going to be best. But let's just see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pair. We have an extra 6. If we draw the 6 crack, that could be 2 pair. But we could also still maybe play pung chow here. 5, 6, 7. Let's see what we can. Oh, shoot, we got skipped. 5, 6, 7 in cracks. Here's 4, 5, 6 in cracks. We got a 1 crack. So now we have another pair in there. Let's see, 5, 6, 7 in cracks, 4, 5, 6 in cracks. We have a potential chow, 4, 6. But I think all the 5s are out. So we won't be able to do a chow there. So probably this is going to be a 7 pair. Two crack. 3 2 cracks are out, so that needs to go. 7 crack, really the 2 crack will be our discard. If we can draw a 6 crack or a 7 crack, we'll be ready to win on doublets. So we got really close to doublets here. We get 1 more pick and we have 1 discard. So we will not be able to win. If we had 2 picks, we would have had potential, but we had to pick the right crack on our last pick to get ready to win. So we'll discard the 2 crack here because we know nobody wants it. Really, I should have discarded the 8 bam because then we would have had all 1 suit just in case somebody won on that last discard. At least we would have some kind of score. All right, we're going to play again. Hopefully this will be our last game for this live stream. Let's see if we can get it to click through here. I don't know why is it doing that? That's weird. Okay. It wouldn't click through start. Okay, now let's just go for BAMs because I know that the bots will throw BAMs or pass BAMs. There's 1 anyway. Okay, so I was keeping the terminals to see if we could maybe do terminals, but we have a really good assortment of BAMs in here. Oh, they threw a dot. What do you know? Okay. Okay, so we're looking at BAMs. So maybe news lineup. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, we have 2 pair that developed though in that last pass. So I would not play news lineup. News lineup, just so you know, is on page 18, number 12, 1 to 9 in 1 suit with news and 1 when paired. I would instead play razzle, 5 pairs with news. We don't want cracks now. So we're looking at 1 pair or 1 suit hand or half flush, really. BAMs with wins. Need a north for news. That's one of the atypical blocks in Wright-Patterson. There are a lot of hands with news. And this is one of them, razzle. 5 pairs with news. Number 6 on page 17. If we continually draw BAMs, I would switch to Pung Chow. We have 2 pair, and it would be nice if we can get a 6 BAM. 6, 8 would fill the run. We have 1 through 9, but we need a 6 or an 8 and an 8 in order to have each number represented. That would give us lots of chow flexibility. So let's just see how this goes. Right now there are 2 BAMs out. Okay, we got an east. That would work if we played news lineup, but you don't need any pairs in your sequence for news lineup. It's new sequence of 1 and 9 in 1 suit with news and 1 when paired, which we now have there, but we would have to throw away a 4 and a 5. I would rather let the wins go and play Pung Chow because it's so much more flexible. The flexibility is awesome in Pung Chow. It's a great hand, and it'll keep you on your toes because 1 pick can turn everything around. It's an interesting dynamic that happens when you play Pung Chow, and it will definitely keep you on your toes, especially online if you're playing with a short timer, like 8 seconds, because you have to see the chows. You have to see the chows within the chows and or pungs within your number tiles, and it can be challenging when you're hurried. So I think the east should go. Oh, there's a Kong of 8s. That renders the 9 useless, especially if you think about a pair of 9s being out. Unless we draw that last 9 BAM, that 9 BAM is useless because we can't get from the 7 to the 9 because the 8 BAM is out in a Kong. And if you're playing mishmash, I don't think that is allowed. I don't think you can declare a concealed Kong in mishmash. I could be wrong. Let me just double check. Where is it? There it is. There are no Kongs in mishmash. So if they're trying to play mishmash over there, that's not allowed. We got a west. Okay, is there something in here with 3 pairs of winds? No, we're just going to let it go. I thought maybe there'd be something in here with 3 pairs of winds, but there's not. Okay. Let's see, maybe I missed it. Let's look over. I always forget about novelty hands. Novelty hands are on page 19. There are winds in here. Winds and number tiles. But man, they're so hard to remember, these hands, because they're crazy. We're going to pass. Oh my gosh, really? All right. We're just going to stick with it. Oh, it's painful. Throwing honors. We threw an east and a west, and now we have a pair of souths. I was tempted to switch to a hand of honors, but look at all the BAMs we'd have to throw away. And we're in the 4th wall now. That's not, that would be, I think, a disaster. We would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd have to pick an honor or a terminal with every single pick, and there's just no way that's going to happen. So when you're trying to figure out what to play, look at the number of picks left in the wall and look at the discards left in your hand to assess your potential for picking keepers from the wall. Since half the hands are concealed, this is a drawing game. If you're playing a pug hand, then of course you can call, like what robots are doing. Oh my gosh, the honors. Okay, so I'm going to be curious to see what they're playing here. If they're playing for score alone, that is going to take the fun out of the game or the challenge out of the game, playing as a person with robots, because that is not normal at all. You're better off to play with a group of friends. Okay, finally, we got a keeper. Okay, so we're back to playing Razzle. We've got 3 pair in here. There are 2 north-south, and we need a north. We do have potential to win. Look at that, another Kong. Okay. Look at the Kongs. It's because they're hoarding multiples, and then they're calling for Kongs. That's... I would let it go. We're just going to hold these tiles here. We only have 2 more picks. But we did have a potential in here for Peng Chao if we had 3 more picks remaining and we picked more BAMs. But look at the BAMs out here. That kind of destroyed our potential for Peng Chao. It's best not to discard an honor if you know you can't win. But I know these robots are discarding them. So, all right. So look what they're doing here. We've got all pungs, pairs and pungs. So I'm hoping that they're going to keep that from happening, because that will definitely affect a person playing against robots. Basically, you're playing strictly against the wall alone, and then you have robots hoarding multiples. So this is not an ideal algorithm for practicing, I don't think. I mean, you can still practice some decision making with hand development, but I really hope that they're going to build in some intelligence with the robots. I'll double check to my best ability and see if I can get intel on the development of the intellectual capacity of these robots. All right, I think that's going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for coming. This platform is still in public beta testing. You can see that there are still a few glitches with the program. Right now, the passing is incorrect. It's supposed to go right across left, and then you're done with the Charleston. Right now, I think it goes left. Oh, I think it goes right, left, across, and that's incorrect. So if you play right Patterson Mahjong, know that the passing is still being corrected, I guess. Let's see. The other thing is the algorithm for robots. I'm hoping that they'll make that change because this is not ideal for practicing hand development. We're basically shackled. So I don't think, we'll see. It's still in development. Hopefully it'll be released soon. Crossing my fingers. Stay tuned on my Facebook group for any announcements, or you could always join the WP Mahjong. What is it called? Let me tell. I think it's in the video description. It's the Wright Patterson Mahjong Online. I think I have it in the video description. I'm going to double check and put it in there. This would be for Facebook, but if you don't use Facebook, then you wouldn't know. I'll add it now. So let's see here. Facebook. There. Okay, so I added the Facebook page to the video description. So that'll be in there going forward for any Wright Patterson Mahjong games. So if you want to learn Wright Patterson Mahjong or stay with the community of players online, join that Facebook group so that you can stay in the know on the development of the game and also interface or socialize with players and maybe even coordinate playing with people instead of playing with robots, because then it would be more like a real life experience. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream and that you learned to play Wright Patterson Mahjong. There's a link in there to a deep dive that I did. There's a whole series, I think 10 videos that go into Wright Patterson Mahjong. So I invite you to look at that and learn how to play this great game. It's a lot of fun to play. We'll be back again next week to check on the development progress, and stay tuned to my YouTube channel or to Facebook for updates. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.